Hello. Oh, I see there's already people here. Hi, Maxi. Hi, Tech Side. I thought I would just come on here, say hi. It is Sunday. I'm doing a little bit of work, and I thought I haven't really done a YouTube live in a very, very long time. So here I am. I feel a bit weird because I recently left Instagram and Twitter as well. So I haven't really been busy on social media as such. So, oh my gosh, Tom, bonjour. Thank you for being here. Wow. Wow. Hi, guys. Ni hao. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, so, sorry, my chair is very squeaky. I am working on a brief for my students on Wednesday. I'm going to be briefing them on UI UX design. So I'm just working on the project brief for that. And we just finished the corporate identity design project. So it's going well with my teaching. And then apart from that, I'm also working on my thesis, my dissertation on Japanese aesthetics. So my research proposal is due at the end of next week. So no panic, lots of panic. Ernie, hi. Thank you for your prayers. Thanks for joining here. Yania Gonzalez, congratulations for your wedding. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think the wedding will be in November, so we still have to plan a lot. We're gonna do it in November, but my fiance has a big dissertation due in October, so we'd rather want to do it in November where we can um, go on honeymoon without the pressure of academics. How's French? Not great. Really, most of my languages haven't really been a priority these days, focusing more on taking care of myself, my academics, teaching, design. So, yeah, comme ci, comme ça, on va dire. Italy, fellow polyglot. Hi, hello. See ya, Draga. See ya. How's your mental health? I mean, so. Still taking medication, still trying to take it easy. Like every day is up and down. Like every day is different. I mean, so it's hard to say like, oh, it's great or oh, it's terrible. It's just like every day is very different. Do you speak Tagalog? No. I mean, I've learned for a bit, but I don't really speak Tagalog. 항상 건강하시고 좋은 일만 생기고 행복하세요. 감사합니다. 대한민국 씨 되게 착하세요. Started learning French, says Ernie. The pronunciation is rough. It is. Like, if you don't, I really can't think of a language that is similar to French in terms of pronunciation. There's really unique sounds that just make it hard for beginners. So good luck, Ernie, with your French learning. Hug from Serbia. Love your hair. Thank you so much. I just got it dyed last Monday, and this is my first wash. I'm trying to not wash it as much as possible so that the color can stay in really long. It fades out very, very quickly. This pink washes out very fast. So I just use like dry shampoo and I tie it up and do a few different hairstyles and then wash it as little as possible. Do you have a favorite podcast? Wow. Oh my goodness. I like so many podcasts. I like it's a Christian one. I like Ask Pastor John. He talks about really interesting, he like answers people's questions. Which is quite nice. And then there's a few Hungarian podcasts I listen to. The one is called Végre Hétfő, which is like finally Monday, which is quite nice. And I'm gonna have to check my podcast list. There's Entiende tu mente in Spanish, which is about psychology or your brain. Let me just check what else there is. Podcasts and shows. Learn Thai, Getting Things Done, On parle de UX in French, Unexplainable, Sponge Mind, Elisa Childers podcast, How to Be a Better Human, it's quite nice. Material, which is like Google's Material UX podcast. A lot of it is design things. Today Explained and the Happiness Lab is very nice. Overtime is a design podcast by Dribble, mostly design stuff. Favorite song? I think my favorite band is my brain just froze. Future Islands, the Future Islands. So I really like all of their music. Have you ever studied German? Do you have some videos or advice? I don't have videos or advice for German, but I think like all of the general language learning videos can be applied to a new language, a different language, so you can just watch my general language tips. As for German, I haven't really actively studied it. Like I've dabbled in it. It's very similar to Afrikaans. Very it's a little bit similar to Afrikaans. I can understand a bit. But no, German hasn't really been something interesting to me. Milyen magyar podcastot hallgatsz? Én hallgattam a Végre hétfő, vagy Hungarian with Cece-t, és nem emlékszem. Hát, van egy másik podcast, de nem emlékszem, sajnálom. Please don't lose the touch of learning language despite your ordeals. I'm sure you'll keep it going. Believe it or not, you're the spark who keeps me going. That's very nice. Thank you, Nikhil. Yeah, I don't want to stop learning languages. Of course, that's not going to happen. But I think like there's times in your life where you have different seasons, things change, priorities change. So right now, I just need to focus on taking care of myself and doing my thesis. And I'm trying to get like as much practice as I can in with my languages rather than active studying per se. So at university, I recently met a really nice Japanese lady, Japanese girl, and we're going to have coffee on Monday. So that's a very nice way that I can practice my Japanese speaking rather than like sitting with a book and trying to study. I can just use the language, which has been quite useful. Oh, thanks, guys. You're very nice. When do I submit it? My thesis. So I submit my research proposal, the first draft, on the at the end of next week. I don't think I can screen share here. That would be so useful. And then the final one is due like middle of next year. So I have like a year and 8 months to do it. So I'm quite ahead with my research proposal, but I have really high standards for myself, and I just feel like it's not good enough yet. I've been reading a lot of other people's theses, and I'm just like, oh, they write really well. They know the terminology and the theoretical frameworks really well, and I'm struggling a bit. But I think I should give myself grace and be more lenient because it's my first time, obviously, doing a master's, and it's just my first draft of my proposal. So I'm sure that it'll get better from here on. What is a thesis? Like an essay? Maybe like a dissertation. I think the words thesis and dissertation is interchangeable. I think one is American, one is UK, and then in South Africa we what do we say? Just I think we use both. But it's like your master's paper. It's like your whole work for your master's degree. Um, a thesis is what you submit for your degree. That's right. Yeah, for masters, not undergrad. Your hair is so cute. Thank you. How do you meet people in your target languages? This is a hard question. Like sometimes it's online, like on apps where you can meet people for language exchange, like apps like Hello Talk, Hi Native, Tandem, etc. But I found that like I used to think that Tandem is really good for meeting serious language learners, but they tend not to reply anymore. I found that Tandem kind of got like really quiet, and people seem to be moving more towards the like clubhouse type of group chats. So Tandem introduced group chats, which is nice. There's kind of like group chats on Twitter. I don't know if people still use Clubhouse. Hi Native also has, I think, voice rooms, and it seems like people meet each other there. And then honestly, it's just like meeting people in daily life. So by chance. So this Japanese girl I met, I went to the excuse me, the Center for Language Learning at my university. I was taking photos there for a project, and I just saw this Japanese girl, and I went up to her and like, "Excuse me, where are you from?" And she was like, "Japan." I'm like, "Oh." We started talking Japanese. Um, so yeah, and then there's a Korean cultural center in my city where there's like a lot of events. You can meet people there. And then living overseas, you can obviously meet people there too. So it's a bit hard to answer. Every situation is different. Language learner, I'm a big fan of you. Keep inspiring me. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Me alegra verte de nuevo por YouTube. Gracias. It's been a long time. Tandem seems like Tinder for polyglots now. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't use it as much, but I feel like Hello Talk is more social. But yeah, these apps are not so great anymore. Have you considered using ChatGPT for language learning? Yes. So I use it a little bit. Like if I need to translate a short piece of text, I know it can do like verb tables. It can give you example dialogues, example sentences. I'm yet to use it more for language learning because I've kind of paused my language learning activities, but I use it a lot for my thesis. Like if I need to quickly reference something like, oh, what year was this book written in? Or can you summarize the main points of this web page? ChatGPT has been really good for that. Your BPD video is super relatable. I'm not alone. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, I think I saw your comment. Your profile picture looks familiar. Yeah, it was it was hard for me to make that video because, uh, I don't know, I feel like I'm putting a lot of myself out there online, and obviously putting yourself out there, you open yourself up to anybody's opinion and comments, and there's a lot of people who are like, "No, you're faking it, I'm a physician, you obviously don't have BPD," and then part of me is like, "Okay, but you only know me from YouTube, you only see the good parts of my life that I put out. You don't know what I'm like off camera, when I'm with my partner, when I'm alone, when I'm missing my mom, when I'm angry. You haven't seen that part of me. So I don't think it's for people online who've just seen me on YouTube to say, like, you have BPD, you don't have BPD. When I've been to the psychiatric hospital twice, I've been to three psychiatrists, like four GPs, two clinical psychologists, and it's kind of ended up here. So that's my Syrian French on my watch. Um, yeah, so I was really nervous to put up that video, but I've gotten nice comments from people who find it relatable or just useful that I'm opening up and kind of removing the stigma behind talking about mental health. So I'm glad that it's been useful to some people. My friend thinks I have BPD, but I'm too scared to look into it. I don't know. I really don't think that people around you can just be like, this is what you have. You have to get it checked out by a clinical psychologist or a psychiatrist. I think like how much content people are making online about mental health, it's so easy for us to be like, oh, that's me. Oh, actually, this is me. And you kind of like self-diagnose yourself, which is very harmful. So, I mean, rather speak to a psychiatrist. Do you think you have OCD or autism alongside BPD? On the same note, I'm not going to self-diagnose myself. I can't say that. I did l I mean, I did do an online test for, like, autism in females, and I looked at a lot of the traits, and I was like, "Oh, this is me." But you can look at so many other things and be like, "Oh, this is me." And you kind of it's like a bias. You want to find something, so you look for it and you're like, "Ah, I found it. This is me." I'd rather get a diagnosis from someone professional. I can't say that. Okay, let me go through, um I'm scared to bring it up to the doctor. Don't be scared. Like, if this is gonna be something that helps you understand yourself better and get treatment for it, there's nothing to be afraid of. Am I still doing language mentoring? Yes, I am. I'm still doing language coaching. You can find me on superpeer.com/Lindie Buddhist. So yes, I'm still doing language coaching. Answer me, how's your Norwegian going? Not really focusing on it right now. My studies are more important for me. Let me see. I think I saw a comment. Will you change your last name? Yes, I will change my last name. It also starts with a B, so I'm still gonna be Lindy B. But I think on YouTube I'll just keep it Lindy Buddhist because that's like what all the search terms are and all the content is associated with that. But when I get married, I am gonna change my surname to my husband's surname. May I ask you a question? Can you read my comment? How did I learn Korean? Read, my name is Chongsu. How did I learn Korean? I don't know, what? How many language proficiency exams have you taken in your life? Good question. So I've taken the French DELF, was it B2? B1 or B2 in middle school. And then I took the JLPT N3 like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And then I took 토픽 한국어 능력 시험 level 5. I passed level 5. So I think it's only been 3. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Do you think there's a chance Afrikaans will ever come to Duolingo? Honestly, I wonder if it's not, like, politically charged that they didn't release it before Zulu. I feel that there could I don't know, I'm just speculating here, there could be political reasons that they released Zulu first. It's completely fine with me, I totally support, teaching of Zulu, but they've talked about Afrikaans for a while, like, a lot of community contributors wanted to do that, and then they stopped the community contributor program. There's Dutch. I don't know if they're going to bring up Afrikaans. It's such a small language in the grand scheme of popular languages that are learned. So my gut feeling is Duolingo is not going to have Afrikaans for a very long time. I don't really want to name any names, but what are your thoughts on polyglot videos where they just learn simple phrases like "I like food" or "I'm learning this language"? It annoys me. Yes, I actually have a video about that. Where or I have a video of, like, where people are like, "Oh, I'm fluent in 1 week," or I think that's people are doing it for views, and maybe those people the views translate into, like, financial income for them, and good for them for, hustling and being clickbaity and being able to earn an income, but I don't think it's honest. I think it's creating an impression for new or younger language learners that you can learn multiple languages to a high level really quickly, and it creates unrealistic expectations that people are like, "Oh, this is possible for me really quickly," and then when they try and they don't get to that level in a really short period of time, they feel like a failure. I just think that's really negative and not healthy, so I don't like those videos either. I think they're purely for views, purely for clout. I don't really agree with those. Where does your last name come from? My last name is Dutch. It means like boat. Boot yeah, it's Dutch. Please give a piece of advice on breaking phone addiction. I spend 6 to 7 hours a day on my phone every single day. I want to break my phone addiction. I don't know how. I'm not an expert on giving advice, but what's been helpful for me with phone addiction per se is just cold turkey deleting all my apps. I've deleted Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and then I got like Medium and LinkedIn. And then I realized now that like Instagram is gone, I find myself going on LinkedIn a lot. Then I was like, okay, I just need to delete LinkedIn from my phone and only have any social apps on my laptop, which I use less than my phone. So I deleted a ton of apps. There's still a little bit left on my home screen. Um, uh, there's just like my Bible app, my Japanese app, my YouTube app, Pinterest, which I use for recipes, Medium, which I use for blog posts, and then I have WhatsApp, which is what I use to communicate with my family and friends. And you can see most of these are like the standard phone apps. I don't really have a lot of extra apps. So I honestly just deleted everything from my phone. I find myself using my phone much less. I open it a lot less. Like today, it's already like 4 p.m. and I've only used my phone for 15 minutes. And usually it would be like hours. Do I meditate? No, not really. I pray, I do like mindfulness. Sometimes I listen to, I guess you could call them guided meditations on the Calm app, which is here, little Calm app, but mostly to help me sleep. But no, I don't do like traditional meditation per se. What are your thoughts on automatic language growth? I have no idea what that is. Please let me know what that is. That sounds very interesting. Have you heard of Ollie Richards? Of course, he's a friend of mine. I've been using story learning method where you read by learning books. Yeah, I have a ton of his books. They're very useful for learning. Let's see. Oh, there's so many comments. I'm so sorry if I'm missing any. If I missed it, just post your question again. Have you ever sensed speaker's block? So often it makes you unable to convey anything, even in your native language. Curious if it has a prolonged effect almost every day. Gosh, I really don't know. I haven't really heard of something like speaker's block for like something that lasts every day, prolonged. Speaker's block, like maybe when you're struggling to speak in a new language? I have no idea. Sorry. Cute earrings. Oh, thank you. I didn't realize SA and UK have similar time zones. Yeah, yeah. I mean, SA is like right under the UK pretty much. Oh, sorry. These questions. Hi, Petra. No, you are not late for the party. Welcome. How do you mainly use your languages? For example, I use English for TV series, Japanese for anime, and Spanish for podcasts. I don't split them up like saying this language is only for this is only for this. I try and do lots of different things in all of the languages. So I read a lot of articles. I will read in the languages I'm comfortable in, which would be Japanese, Korean, Spanish, and French. And I listen to podcasts in Hungarian, French, Spanish, and English. I read the Bible in Hungarian, English, Afrikaans, French, and Spanish. And I have friends who speak Korean and Japanese. Mm, I watch TV shows in all of the languages, movies in all of the languages. I journal in Hungarian, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, French. Yeah, I try and do everything as much as I can, like, depending on the level. Oh, hi, Charles from the USA Learning Mandarin, Putonghua. Nice to see you here. We were friends on Facebook before I deleted my Facebook. How has it been living social media free? Is there anything you missed? I definitely miss the community on Twitter. Like every day I think about, oh, I want to go back to Twitter. I want to like reinstall Twitter. I really enjoyed the conversations that we had about language learning there, the resources, kind of tracking our progress, just enjoyed having a group of people who have similar interests. I kind of miss out on like small news bites, like if there's quick local news, I miss that from Twitter. But now I just get my news from Google searches or YouTube. But it's been pretty good living social media free. I feel a lot of pressure has been removed, especially needing to like post a lot on Instagram. It's a bit more relaxing now when I need to calm down and sort out my life. Um, but to be very honest, like, it was a big part of my income, like, doing sponsored posts, um, and I've obviously lost that income, and I don't have a job now either, so it's a little bit hard, but I think it's worth the sacrifice, like, I just need my life to be quieter. Any intentions in learning Romanian? Oh, I would like to. It's just not a priority now, but one day I think it could be nice. I mean, it's a Romance language, so it shouldn't be too hard to pick up. Bonjour, Lindie. What kind of language learning content would you like to see on YouTube? Bilingual text dialogue exercises, games for which languages? Hmm. Bilingual text sounds very interesting. Games, I'm not a fan of games. Dialogues are always useful for learning languages. For me, I think I watch YouTube language learning content for inspiration, like to see how other people are learning, how motivated they are, just to feel like, oh, I'm not alone in this journey. That's kind of the content I like on YouTube. Do you attend Oh, Ernie, you deleted Twitter too? Instagram is next. Wow. Big moves. I hope you find what you're looking for and feel that your life is a bit calmer without it. Ebo asks, "Do you attend any kind of Polyglot conference? Would love to meet you in person." I have been to the official Polyglot conference a few times. The next one is in Singapore this year, so I'm considering going, but I mean, it's a bit expensive to travel all the way from South Africa to Singapore. So I'm not sure financially if I'll be able to go, but hopefully. I haven't been to any of the European ones or Polyglot Gathering, but mostly Polyglot Conference. Oh, there's so many comments. I'm so sorry. Romania is a fake country, just a joke. I'm from Hungary. There's such a stupid joke. I'm so tired of Hungarian Romanian jokes. It's not funny to me. Do you read classic literature? Honestly, no. I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I do. I don't. Obviously at school I've read some. I'm reading Mrs. Dalloway right now, which I guess could count as a classic. Not really. Afrikaans natives understand Dutch and German easily without needing to learn them. A English tutor said it to me. Yes, exactly. So I can completely understand Dutch. German I can kind of get the gist of, but I wouldn't say it's like how Spanish and Portuguese or Spanish and French would be. It's a bit harder to understand German. Norwegian, Swedish are also slightly intelligible. Do you watch TV shows that would be in English but sub them in your target languages? Yes, sometimes if I remember, if I have the energy, I will watch an English show and then put the subtitles in another language. But that tends to distract me. Like, let's say if I put it in Spanish subtitles, I'll constantly be reading the Spanish subtitles and I read a bit slower. in a new language, and then I just don't listen to the English, and then I lose track of what happens on the show. So I prefer watching shows in the language with English subtitles. Oh golly, there are so many questions. How to build a habit that actually sticks. I've read Atomic Habits. I think Atomic Habits would be the ultimate resource guide on habits that stick. I don't think I have anything more to add to that, really. I mean, I have tons of videos on habits. You can look at those. I have blog posts on habits. There's really nothing more that I can say about that on the topic. I think people focus so much on like finding the best method, finding the best habit, finding the best time management method instead of actually doing it. I feel that you will automatically build a habit if you just do something continuously. So if you have this goal that is strong enough and you say, I want to be fluent in this language, I want to reach this level by so and so time, you just need to do it every day. Like this sounds like such obvious advice, but it is. It's as simple as that. It's like it's discipline, it's dedication, and that will form a habit, if that makes sense. Petra says she can understand Afrikaans if people don't speak too fast, and she's Dutch. So yeah, it goes both ways. Afrikaans and Dutch are quite mutually intelligible. You should dive into Dravidian languages. Not really sure that it would be interesting for me. I think everyone has their own language family interests. It's not really something that I would enjoy at the moment. What uncommon languages do you think are interesting to study? I guess Romanian is on my mind because someone just mentioned it. Hungarian as well. I wonder how Latin would be. I guess that counts as something a bit uncommon. I don't know. Everyone has a different idea of what counts as interesting to learn. It's the same for everything in life. People always search for the easy thing and what requires the least effort. Much like language goals, just do it. Drawing, just do it. It's all practice. Exactly. Yomomomom has summarized my thoughts exactly. I find it so hard to answer when people are like, give me the best tips, give me the best um, way to focus, way to build habits. Honestly, like they said, just do it. It will build a habit over time if you just have discipline and just do it. Can you say hi to my cat? Her name is Budsy. Hi, Budsy. So cute. I love cats. Coucou, j'ai la flemme de travailler. J'ai la flemme de... Ah, je suis désolée, moi aussi. J'ai la flemme d'écrire mon... Comment dire dissertation en français? Je sais pas. Good to be here at your first live stream. Not my first, but my first in a very long time. Firstly, I've had setbacks in my mental health, feeling like I've wasted time as a result. Tips to get motivated again. I'm in the same boat. I don't have tips if I feel the same way, you know. I'm just trying to take it slow, not put pressure on myself to be at a certain place. Just trying to take care of myself, get my therapy, get my medication. Yeah, I don't really have tips of like, let's get back into it. I'm just trying to ease into it slowly. On dit thèse. Thèse. Merci. Please say something in Hungarian. Nem tudom mit mondani. De most süt a nap, most csinálom egy live videókat, és nem tudom mit mondani, sajnálom. Okay, there's so many comments. I'm getting dizzy. I'm trying to wow, sorry guys. I'm trying to catch up. Oh, have you ever dabbled in any sort of conlangs? To me, it's what got me started with language learning in the first place. Very interesting. No, I have not dabbled in conlangs. They're not interesting to me. I got I was curious about Esperanto for a while, so I checked out some books. I tried to learn a few phrases in Esperanto, but it didn't stick. I just feel like other languages, I'm able to use them more, and I like to talk to people. I don't want to just read or write it alone. Yeah, so conlangs haven't really been um, big for me. Do you have pets at home? I don't, but I'm at my fiance's place now, and he has two cats. There's Biscuit and Oreo. So I kind of consider them my kitties as well. So maybe two cats. Oh, Okay, so much to read. Do you think it's feasible to maintain a high level of active fluency in more than 4 to 5 languages? I've seen this being done. I'm not sure if I would be a good example of this, but I've seen it be very possible with other polyglots like Richard Simcott. I think it's definitely possible. I mean, for me, I speak fluent English and Afrikaans, and then Korean and maybe let's say Japanese would be ones that I use a lot. So I guess you could call that active fluency. I think if you practice enough and if you kind of grow up with those languages, like for me, Korean has been like 12, 13, 14 years. English Afrikaans has been my whole life. And Japanese has been really important to me. So I constantly use it. I think it's definitely possible to have an active fluency in 3 to 4 languages. let's see. 한국어 오실 계획은 없으세요? 가본 적은 한 3번 있는데 인제 돈이 부족해 가지고 갈 생각은 있긴 있는데 갈 수 있는지 잘 모르겠어요, 돈이 없어 가지고. 근데 언젠가 갈 수 있으면 꼭 갈 생각 있죠. 네. What makes you stop learning a language? If I don't have enough interesting resources, if I don't have people to talk to, if I don't feel that passion every time, like if it starts feeling like a chore, and if I don't see myself using it in the future a lot, then I would stop learning the language. Mhm. Absolutely agree with Lindy on building habits. I've been having Japanese lessons since December, and ever since then, there hasn't been a day I wouldn't do something about it. Yeah, I'm glad you found like that motivation to do it every day. I'm sure, Anna, that you don't have some amazing like method for productivity and focus. You just kind of do it, and it starts becoming a habit as you do it more. Favorite food? I really like mulnaengmyeon, which is Korean cold noodles. I like noodles and soups a lot, so I make this really nice chicken noodle soup with mushroom, carrot, and pak choi, and rice wine vinegar and soy sauce, which is very nice. Um, it's a luck now whose comment you read. So many people, I don't get space. I just saw your comment now. Let's see. Soba noodles are good, cold and easy to make. Yes, cold soba is really, really nice. Okay, I am running out of breath. I'm getting a bit dizzy, so I'm gonna end my live stream here for now. Sorry that I haven't been really active online as much. I'm just kind of reconsidering where I am with my life and reconsidering my relationship with the internet. But yeah, it was nice to catch up with you guys a little bit. I'm gonna keep working a bit, and it was nice to chat to you guys. Thank you all for the comments and the questions. I'm so sorry that I couldn't answer all of them. Yeah, very, very nice to see you, and I will chat to you guys in the next live stream. À bientôt. Merci beaucoup à tous. Bye bye. Thank you. 안녕.